Hello kids, primary 4, second midterm, history, King Dutugamunu. Lesson objectives. The political background of Sri Lanka after the death of King Devanampiyathissa until unifying the country by King Dutugamunu. The great achievement of unifying the country by King Dutugamunu. SOW reference from page 1 to 12. After the death of King Devanampiyathissa, the following kings ruled the country until King Dutugamunu unified the entire country. Prince Uttiya came to the power after King Devanampiyathissa. He was the younger brother of King Devanampiyathissa. King Uttiya was succeeded by Prince Mahasiva, another brother of King Devanampiyathissa. After King Mahasiva, Prince Suratissa came to the throne. He also was one of the brothers of King Devanampiyathissa. During King Suratissa's reign, two Tamil brothers invaded and conquered King Suratissa. They were the sons of a freighter who jointly ruled the country until King Asela defeated them. During the time of King Asela, a powerful Chola ruler, Elara, overpowered King Asela and seized the Anuradhapura kingdom. That means Elara defeated King Asela and captured Anuradhapura kingdom. Do you know, children, it is said that King Elara was a good ruler who meted out even justice to friend and foe alike. That means he was fair to friends and enemies when giving punishments. Around the 1st century BC, BC means before Christ, before the birth of Jesus, the kingdom of Lanka was ruled from 3 cities. King Elara ruled from Anuradhapura, which belonged to Rajarata. King Kalanithissa ruled from Kalaniya. King Kavanthissa ruled from Magama. At present it is called as Tissamaharama. It was the capital of Ruhuna, or southern region of the country. Because of an argument in the royal family, the king punished an innocent Arahat. People and ministers were horrified. That means they got very angry. It is said that the gods too got angry and made the sea overflow to the land. To stop the water coming into the country, King Kalanithissa placed his beautiful daughter Devi on a golden ship and launched it upon the sea. Do you know the reason for doing so? It was the belief at that time that a princess had to be sacrificed to the sea to stop the water coming into the land. Devi's ship sailed to Kirinda in the southern coast of Sri Lanka. King Kavanthissa, who resided nearby, rescued Devi and made her his queen. As she landed near Lanka Vihara, she was named Vihara Mahadevi. Vihara Mahadevi and King Kavanthissa had 2 sons. Do you know the names of them? The elder son was Gamunu. The younger son was Tissa. One day, King Kavanthissa made 3 portions of rice and called his sons, with the plan of making them promise 3 things. First was never to disrespect the Buddhist monks. Second was that the 2 brothers will not fight each other. The 2 brothers agreed and gladly, happily ate the first two portions of rice. The third was not to fight the Tamil invaders. Tissa and Gamunu did not agree and refused to eat the third portion of rice. Prince Gamunu went to his bed and lay curled up. Queen Vihara Mahadevi saw this and asked Gamunu why he was lying curled up on the large bed. Then the prince replied, "Over this side is the Gota Sea, shallow sea, and on the other side are the Tamil invaders." He said by showing the two directions, "How can I stretch my limbs and sleep?" When Prince Gamunu was 16 years of age, he was a well-built youth. He was clever in archery and sword fighting. Archery means shooting with a bow and arrows. He was an expert rider of horses and elephants. That means he was very skillful in riding horses and elephants. He lived in Magama. His brother Tissa was sent to Digavapi to guard the country. Although King Kavantissa was getting old and weak, he started building an army for the future war with the invaders. Have you heard about Dasamahayodhya? He developed 10 mighty warriors, Dasamahayodhyas, who were good at martial arts. Martial arts means sports which started as forms of self-defense or attack. My dear children, in this slide and in the next slide, you can see the pictures of 10 mighty warriors. I will read out the names in order. Pussadeva, Suranimala, Nandimitra, Theraputtabaya, Gotaimbara. Velusumana, Kanchadeva, Mahasona, Labhyavasabha, Bharana. King Kavantissa made his mighty warriors promise never to take part in any battle between the two princes. King Kavantissa respected the Buddhist clergy and built a number of temples. Tissa Maharama and Chittala Pabbata Vihara were built by King Kavantissa. This is a picture of Tissa Maharama. In the meantime, Prince Gamunu, who entertained ideas of defeating the Tamil invaders, sought his father's permission to do so. That means Prince Gamunu asked for permission from his father to fight with Tamil invaders. King Kavantissa was not happy and requested not to do so, because King Kavantissa knew the strength of Elara and his army. He thought that his son would be killed in a battle against Elara. Prince Gamunu, frustrated over the king's refusal, and arranged to send female ornaments to the king to ridicule him, calling him a woman. Ridicule means making fun of someone unkindly. The king was angry. He ordered his men to arrest the prince, but Prince Gamunu fled to Malayarata. Malayarata means the mountain areas of central Sri Lanka. You can see that in this map. In disguise, he made his way to Kotmale and lived with the farming family. Disguise means changing the appearance of someone. By being disobedient to his father in this manner, Prince Gamunu earned the prefix Dutu to his name, Dutu Gamunu, Duttagamini. King Kavantissa lived for 64 years and passed away in Magama. Prince Tissa, who was in Digavapi, came home to attend to the last rite of his father. Rites means the last rites are a religious ceremony performed by a priest for a person who is dying. Thereafter he took his mother Vihara Mahadevi and the royal tusker Kandula and went back to Digavapi. The ministers of the late King Kavantissa decided that Prince Dutugamunu should be successor to the throne and sent a message to Dutugamunu to return. Successor means a person that succeeds another. That means the next king. Prince Dutugamunu came back to Magama and after holding a consecration ceremony was declared king. He then requested his brother to hand over their mother and the royal tusker Kandula to him. As Prince Tissa did not agree to this request, King Dutugamunu went to fight his brother. However, with the intervention of the Buddhist monks, intervention means with the involvement of Buddhist monks, the fight was avoided and the two brothers remained united throughout their lifetime. Prince Tissa was allowed to remain in Digavapi, seeing to the agricultural development of the area. At present, it is Monaragala area. King Dutugamunu took their mother and the royal tusker and returned to Magama. Second term, pages from page 12 to 22. King Dutugamunu started gathering an army of elephants, horses, chariots and soldiers to fight the Tamil invaders. Before setting out for war, King Dutugamunu saw to it that enough rain was stored for the use of his people. King Dutugamunu marched as far as Mahianganaya and proceeded to Ambatithaka, a ford of the river Mahaveli. Proceeded means went on, continued. A ford means a shallow place in a river or a stream where it can be crossed. King Dutugamunu and his army then took over the well-protected fortress of Elara in Vijitapura. Then he marched towards Anuradhapura where Elara was. The red part of the map shows the route followed by King Dutugamunu and his army towards Anuradhapura. King Dutugamunu proclaimed, announced, none but myself shall slay Elara. Slay means violently kill. Then followed a duel. When Elara hurled his dart at Gamunu, he evaded, escaped it and made his elephant Pius, Elara's elephant, Mahapabbata, with his tusk. Hurled up his dart means threw with great force. A dart is a small pointed weapon. Then Gamunu hurled his dart at Elara. Elara fell to the ground with his elephant. After this historic battle where Elara was killed, King Dutugamunu marched victoriously to the capital, Anuradhapura, to unite Lanka under one rule. On the seventh day after the death of Elara, Balluka, came with his army from India. Balluka was a nephew of Digajantu, who was Elara's warrior. King Dutugamunu defeated Balluka and his army also. After celebrating the victory, the consecration ceremony was held, which ended with the water festival held at Tisavava. This is a picture of Tisavava in Anuradhapura. Thereafter, King Dutugamunu worked to develop Buddhism in the country. He built a large number of temples, and the king constantly offered alms to the Sangha. His first stupa was Mirisavatiya. Thereafter, on the Asala full moon day, with the participation of a large number of monks from foreign countries, the foundation stone was ceremonially laid to build the Ruwanvelisaya Mahastupa. The enshrining of the relics in the relic chamber too was done among much festivities. King Dutugamunu also built Lowa Mahaprasada. Another name for Lowa Mahaprasada is Brazen Palace, a 9-storied building on stone pillars which had 1,000 chambers to house Buddhist monks. Lowa Mahaprasada was the tallest building in Anuradhapura and was 200 feet tall and 200 feet wide. Before the completion of the work on the Ruwanvelisaya, King Dutugamunu fell ill. He called his brother Tissa and requested him to complete the work of the Ruwanvelisaya. Tissa knew that the king was in his last stages and he would not be able to complete the stupa. Tissa immediately made arrangements to cover the stupa with white cloth and brought the king on palanquin and took him around the stupa. King Dutugamunu breathed his last in the presence of many monks after worshipping Ruwanvelisaya. My dear students, now we have come to the end of the story. This is the summary of the story. King Dutugamunu's mother and father were Queen Vihara Mahadevi and King Kawantissa. His brother was Prince Tissa. Prince Dutugamunu was clever in archery and sword fighting. He was an expert rider of horses and elephants. King Dutugamunu killed Elara and unified the country under one rule. He did immense service for the development of Buddhism. His first stupa was Mirisavatiya. King Dutugamunu ruled the country for a period of 24 years. After the death of King Dutugamunu, his brother Tissa came to the throne. Answer the following questions. Number 1. Where did Devi's ship sail? Number 2. Why did Prince Gamunu lay curled up on his bed? Number 3. Write the names of 10 mighty warriors. Number 4. Write the names of 2 viharas built by King Kawantissa. Number 5. Where was the well-protected fortress of King Elara? Number 6. What was the tallest building in Anuradhapura during King Dutugamunu's reign? Thank you.